felt really bad getting to watch the first tribal council for the opposing tribe. I think they could have used Peyton as a goat or literally for anything else. They could have probably voted out one of their bigger threats because Peyton really didn't pose any threat at all socially or physically.
Well, that made sense. I mean, he was late for the first part, so it was kind of an easy out to get him out. You know, everybody else had already kind of formed alliances and were chatting and talking. But I think, honestly, missing that social aspect at the very first part is so needed. And as you can tell, that's clearly what happens when you don't have it.
The Peyton vote was pretty straightforward, all things considered. He did just about everything he could have done to give himself a disadvantage. He showed up late. He didn't watch Survivor. He brought his own separate tent so he could stay away from us all. He didn't read the rules, and he didn't really strategize. And nobody knows him. So everything about this vote just kind of screamed, "Get out, Peyton." And so we did.
Peyton, honestly, I'm sad he couldn't have been here on time because I think he would have had more of an opportunity to be on our tribe. But since he got here a little late, it seemed like the almost given pick. I do think that he was a little sneaky though. He came up to me and he was like, "We gotta talk about getting Nathan off," which I was like, wow, we are already talking 30 minutes into the game about how to get one of our own off before we even lose a challenge.
It was sad. I helped him set up his tent, his little one-person tent, and I knew the entire time that that tent wasn't getting used.
Nobody else's name was drawn, at least that we don't know. So I mean, it was pretty simple vote. Sorry, Peyton, but just had to do it for the team, man.
So here's how this challenge works. You guys might recognize this from Survivor. This is Matchmaker. You have 4 objects in there. Okay? We're gonna go around, basically go fish. So you're gonna ask someone if they have your object. There are only 2 of a kind of your object. The team that gets the most matches at the end of the challenge wins this bad boy.
Yeah.
Team immunity. Roll, you're up. Ask a specific person for a specific item.
We'll go with AJ.
You have an Uno card?
No.
Do you have like
No, sure.
the drawer thingy? Like the
Drawer handle.
Yeah, do you have a drawer handle?
Go fish.
Wow.
Bro, do you have an Uno card?
That's 1 point for 2 glue.
Did I just take it out of my box?
Brandon, do you have I think it's called a tea candle?
Yes.
Oh, we got one for
Right.
Nick Wassey. Yep.
Okay.
Nick Wassey scores again with himself.
James,
Mm-hmm.
you have a Jenga wood piece, don't you?
I do not.
No.
That's
Do you have a Jenga piece?
Alright, that's another point for Nick Wassey.
Way to go, Ken.
Oh, wait.
That's
Hold
2
on,
points,
never
Nick.
mind. Oh! Wait, I just confused that piece with that. Hold on.
Oh, alright.
Oh! There we go.
Okay, so ask for a real piece.
Hannah, do you have a domino piece? Lydia, do you have a Jenga?
There it is.
Brandon, do you have a little wooden railroad track?
No. Josh, you got a doorknob?
Good job.
That's another point for Nick Wassey. 2 points Nick Wassey, 2 points to glue.
Nathan. Paperclip?
No.
Lydia, do you have like a little dish?
A kid's pan.
No, I don't have it.
Catalina, right?
Yes.
Do you have a styrofoam little S thingy?
Alden. It's a packing peanut.
My name's
butter.
Matthew.
Sorry, Matthew. I got distracted by getting it wrong.
Catalina.
Yes.
Domino.
Alright. Another point for Nick Wassey. Nick Wassey, 3 points. To glue, 2 points.
Brandon.
Nope.
Acorn.
Not a chance.
Hannah, do you have a toy car?
There you do.
Let's go.
Another point for Nick Wassey. Tell me if my points are wrong.
String. Yes.
Hey. James, would you have a little railroad piece? There we go, baby.
I'll take a little pan.
Alright, that's another point for Nick Wassey. And another point for 2 glue.
AJ. You got a fork?
Sorry, man. Jarrett. Paperclip? Hey, do you have that,
Long circle.
that packing peanut?
Is he supposed to be
Yeah.
outside?
All right, another point for Nikwasi.
I don't know what it's called. Can I just hold it up? It's a. It's like a wooden circle with like a point.
It's an acorn.
I'm bad.
Is it there? Do you have dice? Like a little 6-5?
Brandon, do you have a wood chip?
Sticking up.
Let's go, baby.
Another point for Nikwasi.
I'll take that little wooden thing. The acorn.
5th point for Tuglu.
AJ, do you have a rock?
More descriptive.
A black stone.
Yeah.
A black
Yeah.
stone.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's
what I'm talking about. More descriptive. You know what she's talking about.
Hannah, you got a wood chip?
Took a scoop.
Yeah.
Who got that? Who got that one?
I'm gonna roll the dice on
Is
this one.
those 8-6?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
I didn't see it.
It's fine.
Raoul.
Yeah.
Paperclip.
He's trying.
Hannah, do you have a scroll?
Scroll? No.
Raul, do you have a scroll?
Yes.
All right, Matthew.
Josh, do you have a piece of chalk?
No.
Can I have your piece of chalk?
That's a dagger.
James, do you have a rubber band?
AJ, and I want you to think hard. Do you have a safety pin?
You were asking for a paperclip this whole time.
I don't want anyone to think of a safety pin.
Catalina, do you have a little candle?
No.
Take your Lego.
Nice. Let's
Is there
go.
another set?
Give me the rubber band, Catalina.
Catalina.
Rubber band. Rubber
Rubber
band.
band.
So then you're good.
I was like, what? Wait, what? 11-8. She just randomly guessed it.
Actually, no.
11-8. Two blue scores.
You count the rubber bands with it?
Yeah.
Take a point away from Nikolasi.
lying?
It's Survivor. You can bluff, but you can't take the item if you don't have it.
different than lying.
So taking a point away from Nikolasi there. Incredible guess to guess an object that you don't know you have and the person that has it.
No, that's
But-
pretty crazy.
That's cat.
Doesn't count as a point.
Stick.
I do.
I'm done.
Another point for two glue.
Josh, give me a fork.
Wow. Oh baby.
Easter egg me.
Oh, I was so close to choosing
I
you,
know,
dude.
dude.
What the heck?
Another point.
First
Oh, wait,
answer.
well, it doesn't matter. They only almost have boxes.
That's another point for us. 12. Nikwasi? Yeah.
12 10.
That's everybody. 10. That's everybody's
That's-
spot. Go!
I got penalized for my amazing strikes.
Take this back.
I cannot win. I said, I picked up a random thing. I said, do you have a tea candle? And you're like,
I'm not the
yes.
most-
And I was like, that was not supposed to happen.
Alright.
I wanted people to start targeting me for a tea candle so I could.
Yes, I will
But
take
dude,
that
I
back.
did it.
That's cheating. That's so
It's
cheating.
not cheating.
Yes, it is.
It's not cheating at all.
You literally took the item
James,
from
don't get
somebody else
mad
that
at me
you
because I
don't
had a better
have.
strategy.
And how did you even
That's
know
not a
he
good
had that
strategy.
item?
It's a guess. It was literally a guess. It was the craziest thing.
James doesn't like to
What was the candle?
Today's challenge was huge. It was absolutely horrifying that our fate was in the hands of such a luck-based challenge, but having the numbers advantage going into the merge is huge. And after all the trash talking we've done about the other tribe, I think we stand a really good chance of sticking together.
Our team really needed to win this one because I felt that I was going to be the one voted out had we not lost it.
My strategy going into that is I didn't want to reveal my cards, and I felt like calling out one of the items in my box. Since I was so early on into the game, I was like the 5th person to guess. It would have been a very easy way for someone to guess what was in my box. And so I was looking at the items in my box and I was like, all right, I see some thread, you know, I see some typical household items. What's another household item? A tea candle. And so I was like, there has to be a tea candle out here somewhere. And so Brandon was the first person I saw, and I was just like, Brandon, do you have a tea candle? And to my surprise, he pulled one out. And I was like, this is not at all what I was expecting. My plan was that I would call a tea candle, he would say no, somebody would ask me for a tea candle, I would say no, and then maybe someone on my team could be able to have the tea candle because they would identify who had it. It did not go to plan, and so now I'm sitting here with one tea candle, and I was like, well, what do I do now? Do I guess tea candle for somebody else? That's going to be very confusing. And so after talking to Luke, found out that unfortunately was just, although a miracle, was not allowed. So we had to sacrifice that point.
Big win, going into the night united, excited. There's a little bit of controversy between Jarrett and I. The other tribe was a little bit fired up about that, but take it from me, had no idea that he just randomly guessed the candle in my box had nothing to do with it. A win's a win, baby.
I'd like to shout out to Jarrett for not only cheating in the game, but performing a miracle to do so.
Jarrett got cheated, I guess, which I mean he claims was, not against the rules, but it's clearly, not right. But I mean, I guess anything to win in Survivor, so I can't give him props.
To be honest with you, I'm a little upset about that one. I think if Jarrett hadn't flipped things by cheating, I think we would have had a better chance.
Personally, I think Purple should have gotten penalized for their shady maneuvers, but that's neither here nor there. They won the challenge, not fair and square, but I think they should have been handicapped. I don't think they should have been given the victory. I think something else should have been done, whether draw rocks or literally any other measure.
It's disheartening to see what big villains the other tribe is just clearly trying to be. It's like, it's not even subtle. It's like at this point, they are the villains. They're willing to fudge the rules. And like, I'm all for having a good game and being smart, but no one wants to see a bully win. That's not fun for anyone.
We definitely could have taken that one, but Jarrett cheated. Not a surprise there. He is sneaky. I don't know how he cheated. I think that him and his teammates were definitely, mouthing things to each other because he didn't even have the item that he called for. So I have no idea how in the world he guessed that. But, if he cheated, that's beyond me. I don't know. But, we were definitely frustrated with that, with losing that challenge.
In the mentioned in boxes item, I messed up a little bit, but nobody caught on to what happened. See, in one of the items, I had a scroll in my box. The scroll was a clue to a hidden immunity item. At the time, I thought it was one of the objects in the box. So I called out to anybody, hey, does anybody have a scroll? And turns out Josh had one right next to me. And I was like, crap, there goes my item, Then Luke looked at me and he was like, and he came up to me, he's like, that's an immunity, I don't need to get that back. So I went up to Josh and I was like, Josh, you know what that is? And Josh is like, yeah. So, we played it fair and square and he gave mine back and he kept his. And nobody else noticed what it was besides Nathan. And Nathan's my homie, so I wasn't going to keep that hidden from him. So as soon as we got back to camp, I went up to Nathan and I was like, bro, I have a hidden immunity scroll and I want to show it to you.
Then Raul comes up to me and he shows me a hidden immunity clue that he has. He lets me read it. And I know based on reading it that that's the same idol that Matthew has already found. So I have Matthew trusting me with his idol, Raul trusting me with his clue, and I get to pick where that idol gets played alongside Matthew. I'm feeling great within my own tribe.
The girls seem pretty tight. I'm pretty sure that that's the first alliance that anyone had.
Me, Hannah, and Lydia were pretty close. I mean, it was just kind of easy because we were all three girls, and so we just felt like we could trust each other.
I had an all-girls alliance, and my worry with that is I did feel good about Isabella, but I did worry about Hannah as to when we would need to get rid of Hannah because of the ties that she had to the other tribe.
Individually, every single person came to talk to me, thinks that we have a thing. All the girls took off to the bathroom together, so we got that tight. And then all the guys just one-to-one came to me wanting to work with me. I didn't even really honestly have to work for it, but unfortunately, that's just gonna be some blind sides for the future.
At first I was like, okay girls, let's go get Josh so that we have another number. Like we know we can sway Josh into our alliance right here.
What we've established so far is that nobody on the other tribe wants James to win. I think he will be easy pickings to take to the other tribe and not worry about him staying in it longer than us.
He's also manipulative and things like that, so we knew that the other team would want to get him out, and so we were just like, he's kind of an easy vote, let's take him.
James signals Isabella and I specifically over. He had the clue and he was like, do you guys want to form an alliance? This is the clue, let's look for the idol, don't tell anyone else. And so that was when the three of us initiated to have that alliance, which was very key for me because it kind of took off the stress of like I had 2 options at that point. Like if we needed to be like, it's time for Hannah to go, we had 3 votes right there.
Back so soon. What's the feeling here? I know you guys just took a rough one in that challenge there. AJ, what do you think?
It's very unfortunate. Especially losing those guys. I know we all want them gone.
So it sounds like you guys are pretty unified. You're just hoping to make it to the marriage where you guys can chop them off one by one. Is that true, Lydia?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like this past challenge we had really revealed how disunified they are, just because the kind of narcissism and egos going on over there. A lot of just people thinking they're going to run the show, but thankfully I feel like we have a tribe that is going to stick together.
James, do you have anything worked up over there? You got anything cooking that you're working on there? Any alliances?
Well, the limited amount of discussions that we've had today, I think whatever was discussed, I hope we stick to that, and moving forward we'll have a stronger tribe and hopefully put their tribe in check.
Isabella, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think it's definitely disappointing losing to cheaters. I think we can all agree to that. And I think that, you know, we've become close as a group, and yeah, just like James was saying, I mean, it is in a limited time that we've had to talk with each other. I would like to think that, you know, we're all on the same page.
Well, Isabella, you know, you bring up an interesting point calling them cheaters, but last I checked, you guys didn't guess a single one in the first try.
I actually disagree with that. I mean, my first round I got somebody's. It's just a matter of listening, but I saw a lot of mouth movement between their team and just a lot of scheming.
Well, it sounds like you guys are pretty unified there. Hannah, what are your thoughts?
I don't think anyone wants anyone on the purple team to win this thing. They've proved themselves with the villains and the way they played the games. Who they pick to vote out, they have zero end game in mind. It's all about bullying and macho male energy. It's like, whatever. If you think that's gonna win it, sure. But it's unfortunate that we have to knock at least one more of our own out before we can start taking them on.
Hopefully it bites them in the butt.
Mm-hmm.
Well said, and again, unfortunately, you guys are in this position to lose another one of your members, so someone will be going home tonight, and it's up to you guys to decide that. It's time to vote. AJ.
I heard you didn't trust me. Better luck next time.
Dan. I didn't want to do this. I'm sorry, bud.
I don't want to do this. I think you'd be a great member of our tribe, but you're just too suspicious.
I'm sorry, but it looks like you'll be joining your brother today. Gotta do what's best for the group.
I'll go read the votes. All right. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. All right, I'll read the votes. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. AJ. AJ. Hannah. AJ. That's 3 votes AJ, 1 vote Hannah. Third person voted out of Survivor Cherokee. AJ. Bring me your torch. AJ. That is spoken.
No better win.
And then he's like,
see Ashley over there, I'm like, stop laughing because I'm not laughing.
I'm sad. I'm sad.
All right, Two Glue. I know that was a hard one for you guys. Hopefully you guys can win the next one and get back in this game. Got nothing else for you. Head back to camp. I'll see you tomorrow.
I don't really know what happened tonight. Oh, actually, I do. They all think I was going to be a loose cannon, which I was, so they're right about me. But I really don't think they're going to stand a chance anymore. Their next most athletic person is probably James, and that's kind of scary. But good luck to them. Oh well.